I'm Destiny, and we're back with Rational Exchange Podcast, and I'm here with
Big Ant.
Big Ant.
Terry Lynn the player.
Okay. Anyway, again, we're back with these two and me. So today's topic is going to be about just like black business. So we talk about black business. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
Black business owners.
What's wrong? Why not the customers?
Man, it all starts, your foundation starts inside.
Foundation. That's definitely true. So black business owners. What about them? Because Terry Lynn think he got a little business. I'm trying to figure out. You know how people clap their teeth? You know how people say little business?
I was just going to say, why the little business? Damn.
That's kind of crazy.
So, what do y'all about the business owners? Like, they be unprofessional or?
I mean, just dealing with niggas, period, point blank, simple. Like, once they get in a certain position, they start to treat people a certain way. If you don't look like you have something, then they gonna treat you like nothing. If that makes sense. You gotta look like you gonna for sure spend some money in their place of business. And you could just be checking it out. But if you don't look like somebody they want to do business with, then they're gonna treat you a certain way. Most times. I'm not saying that's all.
I guess it depends on the industry. I'm like, I'm an event planner, but I also have a venue, but I feel like I dedicate to a more affordable customer base. Yeah, I would like clients that spend money, but I don't judge them off how they look.
Consider affordable.
Dude, affordable.
No, but I'm saying like, okay.
$1,000.
Or more, yeah.
But you're not gonna deal with a customer a certain way because they don't have this on or they don't look like this or that.
No, because you'll be surprised. I got some.
Exactly.
Like my recent client, they spent about $10,000 on decor. But when you see her, you wouldn't think it. You know what I mean? But
again, because you treated her decent.
But for me, with my business too, I feel like with anybody's business, they should feel like, especially when we small business owners, it's like you should. For me, I feel like I cherish all my clients, no matter they spending a little bit or a lot, because without them, you don't get no money. You ain't got no clients, you ain't gonna have no money.
A lot of people don't appreciate the small customers. They try to tend to X them out once they get onto a bigger fan base or upper echelon of customers, I guess.
That's how Terry Lynn Kobe. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. Can't never get your shirt. You always gotta get the whole sale stuff in the trunk. I'm like, what happened to the drops? I saw them on the page, and I didn't. They trying to sell me the old one from 2001. Like, come on, dog.
Everything must go now.
You want to sell 2 for 20? No, I don't want no sale. I want the new.
First of all,
but he dedicates to the Instagram people.
I actually don't. I hate Instagram people. Hate them.
How you?
They the cheapest people. I wouldn't want. I don't like this.
They don't be having no real money.
They don't want to spend no money.
They don't want to spend no money. Number one. Number two, I don't like for people to know me in public like that. Like, you don't know me like that. Like, you know me like the shirt guy. Like, you don't know me.
Yeah, that's me. I like when people come up to me and they don't. Well, now that I've been doing more personal branding, I feel like people do know me now. But before they be like, "Oh, you from Original Vandy?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's my business." So I feel like that's good for me to hear. I'm like, that's how you know me. I want you to know me for my business. That means whether it's good or bad, it is what it is.
You always like spoil with your orders. Like, you be on some shit like that. Be like, it'd be $5.35. Everything closed on a Saturday. You know Sunday ain't shit open. You be wanna, can I get that's how you spoil. Can I get my son just got the Crazy 8s that just came out. Y'all know Crazy 8s be having more than 2 colors. Like, god damn. You want me to use my fucking mind like this? Like, complimentary. Look, the sign got like 3 colors in it right now. And anyway, you want me to use my mind at 5:35 p.m.? What is wrong with you? And then you want it for a set number. No, you got to pay me for time and thought. My thought is a different price.
I cannot. The black business owners you talking about, huh? They're the ones you talking about? Because, man. But no, they also be very unprofessional. I feel like a lot of the ones that I know. I'm not talking about Lenny Condom. I'm just talking about in general. Like, sometimes I feel like they, like I said, they don't cherish. They feel like, oh, this is my business, so you supposed to handle me. So it's just like, no, you carry yourself as much. Even with hairstyles, like, y'all don't be having no license. Y'all don't even watch nobody hair. You don't even want to braid down. So how you expect me to come in here and pay you $200-$300? Then I walk in for my appointment on time, and you still doing somebody else's hair.
Oh, I hate that appointment. If you gonna give me an appointment you need to be at least 5 or 10 minutes around.
Because
that
even with the
time,
barber, that's why I stopped
go.
going to the ones that I feel like be trying to tax you and you need an appointment. Man, I'm gonna walk into the regular barber shops because guess what? Them people, hey, they gonna put you in line for whoever next, and they gonna, they ain't about to take 10 smoke breaks, talk on the phone to their baby mama, go out there get their cousin. Now they escort somebody in because they pay extra. They wait even more time.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. My barber do that shit sometimes. I ain't gonna lie.
That is not right.
I'm going to see him tomorrow.
I'm paying you more money.
Current cuz, I see you.
But see, that's the thing, and you got to understand it's not always about money. I am a barber, so relationships are worth way more than money to me. Because if we got a relationship, I could kind of mess your head up once or twice, and you feel like that's my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't going nowhere else. This way I'm coming to.
Right on, right on.
Nigga go. I normally hook you up, but nigga slipped once or twice, took a little corner of your mustache off, But due to our relationship, because I treat you a certain way, no matter how much money you spend, you coming back.
Yeah.
You can thin me right there.
Right, and
but I had to just go and play it off for like a couple days.
The new ones, they don't care about that. I promise. Like, I'm paying just as much as them, but because you pay me $50 extra, you squeeze them in, so now everybody upon for the day behind. So now I get here and I might have something to do, and I'm still waiting another hour. And it's like they don't be caring. They running an hour late. Oh, I was in traffic, but let me run an hour late. Now, I cancel people. And that's
the worst part about black business owners.
Not knowing how to compensate your customers whenever you're in the wrong.
Your customer service, period.
Because the customers technically are always right. I just had a client like that. He felt like the man felt like he booked me on a sale and he spent like $2,000. Again, like I said, I try to dedicate to affordability. So yes, my stuff may start at $1,000, and for some people that's a lot. It's probably more than they rent. So I try to, I respect you and understand. Flex. But at the same time, if you're getting a sale that I have, you know what I mean? You can't come in there and tell me, I paid you a certain amount of money. I was supposed to get all this. I said, no, sir, you got a sale, so it was going to be really standard. I tried to upsell you and get you to get more things.
Okay.
But you didn't,
I you get what you pay for.
So,
for sure.
I get what he's saying because he felt like, because he was like, oh, well, you posted on social media that I needed something for his event. I said, well, technically, to be truthful, I posted that because I actually was going to come out of my profit that I made of your event and get something more because your event didn't have enough. And if you look on my page of all the work that I do, my events are held to a certain stature. You know what I mean?
Way,
And if you notice, I've been running this sale for 4 months. I ain't posted none of these sales because all the events are simple.
Right.
Again, I don't mind. I'm humble, so I don't mind taking a $500, $600 event. But I want my clients to pay me my worth, which I know I can make $5,000, $10,000 on the court. I know what I can do. But I'm advertising $500. What I'm gonna get?
So what are you doing for the Terry Lynn Awards too?
Not a thing.
Because people are asking me, are we having the second annual Terry Lynn Awards? And I'm
the one who came up with that thing last year, and I said you should do it, call it annual, and do it every year. But I don't know.
I'm moving at the same time, so it's like a lot for me right now.
You always got a lot going on.
True. Yeah, today has just been a wild day.
But again, even though he did all that to me, it was trying to, and people that worked with me referred me to him. And to go crazy, I got 2 bookings off his event because I actually did do more than what he paid for. But again, I respected what he said, and if he would have communicated with me, I tried to reach out to him like I do all my clients. And when you told me how you felt, I was like, well, I wanted to let you know why you got that, but I also wanted to come back in and say, well, you know what, I can give you some type of credit if you feel like there was any mistake on my behalf. Because I know you didn't know what you were getting because you're a male. I should have went into more detail and asked you more. But I did. Once you kept saying no, it was like, what am I still asking you for? So that goes into our next topic, the customers. The customers are always right.
The customer is not. Most of the time, they never right.
I don't believe the customers are never right because of the simple fact, like, with the fashion thing, it's like I see things different than you do. Like, just like how he would tell you with haircut, I see like colors and shapes way different. So like you may think like that's just checkerboard, but I'm looking at it like, okay, that checkerboard right there can go with like a taupe. It can go with a nude. It can go with a, you know what I'm saying? It can go with a dark brown. Certain things like it could even go with a green, just like an evergreen or like a dark green. Like it's many different ways that you see it. Like from the person who's actually controlling the business. Same thing like you. Like when we did the venue last year, like you was like, nah, I think you should do like the big ass Lynn Awards shit right here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Drop the Terry. Let's just go with the Lynn, boom, awards, boom. It works better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm giving you a hard time. I'm like, like my name is my name. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the same time, we're friends, but at that time, I'm the customer. So it's like, I'm looking at it like this, but you're looking at it like, nah, like, when you do it like that, nigga, it's like BET. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like MTV, VMAs. And I'm looking at it like, nigga, this the Source Awards. You know what I'm saying? So, like, we don't look at everything the same because of your exact field. We don't look at it the same. Like, he cut hair, so, like, he look at it, take the fade, like, okay, boom. Nigga, your hair thick, but your hair not curly, so, like, boom, I'm gonna hit you with a 2-guard, 3-guard, boom, 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 boom. You gonna be straight. But I'm looking at it like, nah, nigga, you gotta cut me low to the grain. So it's a different way you accept. It's a different way you explain it, but, like, the way we perceive it as the customer versus being the, the provider or the owner. Like, we look at it two different totally
what I'm
ways.
saying is, but I said customers always right, because even if you know you are in, sometimes the owner can be wrong, or sometimes they can be right, but you want those customers to come back. You want them to come back and do business with you, or even if you don't want them to come back at all, no problem. Because like I said, I got 2 bookings off of that client, but just because of how I would uphold myself, I was going to issue him a credit. What he said was, you know what, I don't even want to deal with it anymore. If I say no problem. Hey, thank you so much for your feedback. Whether it's negative or positive, it's always room for improvement, and I appreciate you for, communicating your experience with me. So that's why I'm saying not always right, but you always should respect the customer, no matter how they feeling. As long as they ain't trying to scam or get over on you, it's like, hey, they still spending their hard-earned money with you.
Right. At the same time, though, most of the time, the customer, they have a misunderstanding of what's going on.
Yep.
Most of the time, it's never like, I don't mean like right, I mean the customer never right in a sense to where, oh, you gave me your money, but I didn't give you what was promised to you.
Yeah.
It's most of the time a misunderstanding of what they thought they were supposed to get and what they wanted or whatever. It's not necessarily like, oh, you wrong, I'm right, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
It's, hold on, let me explain to you what's going on to let you know exactly what you were supposed to be getting for what you gave me.
So when I say the customers always right, I mean the customers always have a right to their opinion. Let me say it that way.
Most
so
definitely.
Even if you messed up, you didn't mess up, it was a misunderstanding, like I told him. Please let me, can I talk to you over the phone and not text, so that we can have a better understanding on the situation, and I can give you what I can offer you what I feel like I can do based off of how you feel. You know what I mean? Again, he paid for what he got. And after I explained, you know what I mean, you got XYZ things that was worth this amount that you did not pay for. But maybe that was my fault as the owner for not explaining that to you. Maybe going into the money, even though you got an invoice, it's broken down,
that's
and
exactly
I told you. But as a business owner, again, trying to be empathetic to my client, I'm like, maybe I should have done more. Again, when I talked to him on the phone, I wanted to ask him, so what do you think I could have done better? Give me some more feedback so I could have helped you. But when you don't, again, at that point, it's nothing I can do for you. Thank you so much.
Individual.
And keep on pushing.
But as far as business go, I'm more than willing to hear your gripe or whatever complaint you have. But like you say, if you would have read the invoice that I sent you, you would have knew exactly what you was getting. That's why I say it just like, bro, I told you before this happened. You just got in your feelings about what you paid for and you spending your money, and you know how black people get when they spending their money.
I really think it, because a lot of times, even in my industry, it don't be them. It be like, even somebody that got your chair, they be good. They go outside, they home, but your ears are kind of locked.
Exactly.
Then they mad. Nigga, you just looked in the mirror.
I got a
you
question
saw
for
it.
both of y'all then. Has it ever been a time when y'all like just gave the customer what he want and y'all know they fucked up?
All the time, because it's better for business, right? It's just better for business.
Have you ever done that? Like, when you knew in your mind, like, nah, that ain't. Like, me doing clothes, I'd be like, I probably wouldn't wear that. You know what I'm saying? But if that's what you tell me,
if that's what they tell me,
I'll
do
it.
I thought you made it different. Like, I had a lady, she actually sued me because she thought she was going to intimidate me. She said she was an educated black woman. And because her parents' anniversary was burgundy, she told me, crimson. She told me it looked too burgundy.
Was it Mama Michelle Obama?
Her money. No.
Okay.
And she sued me and everything. You know what I did? I pulled out my contract. I said, they think because I'm a young black bitch, I got a whole CPA. All I did was they gave you a cease and desist. Once I got it, you wanted to persist forward, no problem. You know, the judge told her, ma'am. I said, ma'am, and this is a video of pictures from her whole event. I said, this is also proof. At her event, when she came inside and she was rude to me, I said, ma'am, do you want me to take everything and I can just give you a full refund right now? Right. What I'm going to do with my event? But if I set this event up, you can't be in here disrespecting me. Because at that point, if you disrespect me again, it's in my contract. I'm going to take everything and you don't get nothing.
No money.
So you can choose. But I'm not going to take any extra. All because she felt like the crimson looked at burgundy. You know, she sued me and everything, trying to like ask me to court. Because she wanted her full money back.
She did wrong. That's what I'm saying.
And if I was like, so, and that's just how I was asking, do you mean like as far as giving it something they don't want? I've had events where people, they ask me for stuff, again, I just don't post it. I'm very humble. If you say, man, I just want, one girl wanted a box, and she want me to wrap the boxes up.
Is your mom still mad at me because of the hookah broke last year?
No.
Okay. Well, the hookah dry broke. Like I wasn't at that table. I don't know.
The whole table broke. Not just the hookah.
Yeah, that table was kind of crazy.
But again, you know, I feel like we go through those things with customers or even like people you know. So I don't have an issue with if somebody asks me for something and if they stick to they want. I had even my best friend did her baby shower, and she was so specific about everything she wanted. And I told her, I said, well, friend, I don't copy anybody's work. You sending me somebody's stuff and you saying you wanted that like that. You know what I did? Just to make her feel good, I said, pay me. I asked the person how much they would be to do it like that. And she paid me. I just paid them. I'm not finna copy nobody's work. We don't do that in our industry. Now, if it's an inspiration, yes, but I'm not gonna copy it. So yeah, sometimes when clients ask you to do stuff, you just gotta do it to satisfy what they want. But again, you gotta don't neglect your morals and values to get a customer. Same thing with price. I just posted a girl literally hit me up and said she wanted to do an event for $150. How?
Backyard.
She's.
No, you asked me. I'm giving you.
Her entire budget is $150. She told me I want it small. I want it for 6 people. I want a backdrop, balloons, and I want a table set up for 6.
But see, as a
well,
business
that's not
owner,
bad though. Like 6 people, maybe $250. But yeah.
But at the same time, even though you make
I got
clothes,
a subcontractor you can
it's just certain, it's just certain things you ain't gonna do. Like
yeah. Because people don't realize too, like even when you're a barber, you charge your prices, right?
Right.
But as the client, I feel like they don't realize you still have to make your money. So I still have to make sure I got good clippers. I gotta make sure I got the spray, the mirror, the blueprint.
Shit, I gotta pay gas to get over here. Shit, $150. Hell, I ain't made nothing. Yeah.
So again, they don't be realizing that was one of the guys' things. I feel like you had most of this in your inventory. I said, well, when I run a sale,
it doesn't matter, and that's what I'm saying.
I said, and I still was going to explain. I said, when I run a sale on in-house items. And I told you this. I gave you a list of in-house items, but I also gave you a list of custom or other things you can get. But you have to pay for them.
Sound like you got the in-house items for me and my birthday party. That's what it sounds like.
But the price you paid, I bet you did.
No, I'm saying you should have my in-house items for the price I paid. I ain't paid the $2,000.
Exactly.
With the $2,000, what you got? What you got for your boy, man? We got a party right there.
How old are you gonna be right there?
Shit.
Come
in and some leave out. I tell you, man, right there.
I'm trying to win. Well, I can win
that
too.
goes into our next topic: friendships and business. Because he always wants something. 2 weeks before the day, he be trying to think about how much it's gonna be. What can I get for this or that? You gotta make them pay.
I think you made me pay personally because you knew I was like in the position. So I ain't tripping. But I just got one thing to say about the entire extravaganza. I nominated you for an award. That
First off, because
I had you. You was going to be the winner. Like I had
B just had an event too that I did for her, right? And she was mad at me and said I didn't come to the event. I'm like, as the business owner, you don't realize. Like for example, if a celebrity fly you out and say, oh, come cut my hair. They want their hair cut, but they got a week full of events. They want their hair cut for everyone. Do you expect because they hired you to do it and come cut their hair that you invited to the party?
Kind of.
I was just finna say
no, I don't feel that way.
Damn near right.
I do so many of my clients' parties. I don't be invited. But again, they are my friends. You are my friend, and Beast is my friend too. So like I thought, I feel like I was just a help. Like I'm your friend, so you look out for me. You pay me for your event. But I was never personally invited.
You should have heard your name called. Like,
I was gone. How would I hear it?
Entrepreneur of the Year, Deco's Vanity Events. This your friends. I had to freestyle the winner because you're not there to receive your award. Like, come on, bro. I will never nominate your ass again.
For such a prestigious
award
at that.
I'm the one who
started
the
the first annual. You can't miss the first annual BET Awards.
Who came up with the first annual Lynn Awards? Who came up with that? Tell me.
I kind of did. I've been thinking like something should be named.
So I read your mind because you did not tell me that. I came up with it. I told you, like, yeah.
Friends in business.
See? That's
see what I'm
why
saying?
it do
Like,
not work.
It don't mix at all.
It don't work. So what about going into business, like not just working with
at
your
least
friend?
I'm one of the people who paid
Yeah, I
everything
ain't
in
gonna lie.
full.
Mm-hmm.
Each time I ever had anything, she actually had my daughter's, was it gender reveal?
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact,
That was when I first started.
you actually did both. We ain't gonna go into that. She did both baby showers, but we're not gonna elaborate. We're just gonna say that, right? You did both baby showers. You didn't even tell me you did the other baby shower. You did my baby shower, but you did the other party's baby shower too. Yeah.
I did a graduation too.
Exactly. I was fucked up with you about that part, but like that's besides the point. Friends and business.
Yeah, just
Friends and business.
That's the other side of
So
friends.
again,
Yeah, like
yeah,
you
that's the
can't
other
go
side.
against the team.
But
Man,
for
I
the,
gotta get my-
are we
I gotta get my-
keeping it
So
in?
that's what I'm saying. Are we keeping it business or is it a friendship thing going on? Because at the end of the day, if you're a business owner, you got to get your money.
Yeah, I could have gave you the same money to not do it.
He paid it like this. I
Very. I ain't gonna lie. I put shit to the fucking end of the fucking motherfucker. We jumping off of it. What's
I
the
don't know how
Grand
they do
Canyon?
it.
We
Yeah,
jumping
no.
off of it.
Friends and business.
Oh,
So what about going into business with a friend? Like if your friend, they become a celebrity and they got money and they say, hey, you know, I want to invest in your business. I want to give you this money.
No. See, that's the first mistake.
Yeah. It's
We
kinda-
need some type of paperwork and understanding something solid. We're not doing this off no
But even something
handshake.
solid is like, don't that ruin friendships?
No, not if you keep the business clean. What problem would we have?
And what if the business don't succeed and they don't make no money and they done put all this money up into you? This your vision. They put all this money in it. 3-4 months go by. You know, so the money he gave you to profit the business, to, you know, like operating money, the business just don't kick off. Then what happens?
Shit, we ain't make it, my nigga. Let's try something else. Shit, I mean, what can we do?
How do you feel about that, Lynn? I don't know, because he had somebody steal his business low key. It was his friend. But I ain't gonna say
But that's
nothing.
Somebody stole
different.
my
That's
business?
something.
Still kind of like what you be doing on the slick slide.
Like what? Somebody stole something? Oh,
Yeah.
nah, not really.
You was doing it first, though. And you kind of showed them how to start it off and how to do
No,
it.
no. I ain't gonna sugarcoat.
I was just gonna say that's different if I put you on to it. Like,
Yeah.
An idea is an idea. Like I didn't come out first, so like I would never take that from nobody. What ended up happening was more so like we had a mutual agreement with a owner, with an overhead at the time. You know what I'm saying? We opened up a boutique, and the boutique, like we all had different opinions at some point in time. So it was more so like, you gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and like they was like, yo, this gonna. Case in point, it's like 6 rooms in here, right? We got one room, they got one room, they got one room, boom, boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Without putting names on it, everybody ended up like once the lease of that building was up, everybody like chose to do different things. Me personally, like I think we left like December, like by February was like the worst time for me. That's when we lost Trace. So like at that time it was kind of like a more step back and reflect type thing. So that's really the role that I took, and that was like my kind of whole 2021. So that was really the thing of that. It wasn't more so like it looks like to the public like that, but truth be told, like we talk to each other every day.
Oh,
so
yeah,
it's
I know.
like it's not no weird
right.
shit. It's just like how it comes out to the public, which is probably gonna go into your next topic, like how certain things are perceived to be one way versus the reality of what it is. Like,
True.
it could easily come off like, oh, nigga shaded you, or they shaded you, like, or they X'd you out because you was the bigger person at the time. It's not really that deep, you know, but people gonna have their opinion, so it's all good. At the end of the day, I know I'm a winner.
Like you
Everywhere I
said,
go.
y'all still friends the end of the day, regardless if y'all do the same thing or not. And that's how I feel like even with any industry, a lot of times people the public, I try to make you compete in business with this business and friendship. But it's like, we can do the same thing. We can do something similar. We can have the same, relation or genre around the things and still be friends. People don't know how to do that because they always try to turn things into competition when it's not genuine. I'm like, if it's genuinely your friend, I have a friend who does the same thing as me. She ended up wanting to open up a venue. Okay, I helped her open up a venue. Do that stop us from doing anything? No. My day book. Hey, friend, you got this day? I'm book your venue. I was literally when she put her deposit down on her venue. I said, I had a client that been trying to book my venue, and I ain't got a day. Here the money.
It's really.
She was like, friend. I'm like, I'm your first booking. It's no room. I feel like in the world we have so many people having babies, so many people having everything. Yes, to have the same businesses and not be in competition. It's not that
really
serious.
just more so how it looks. Like when it comes out, like let's just say, like okay, for instance, right? Let's just say he has a shirt that dropped this day. You know what I'm saying? I do all my shit like Jordan releases. I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm not like right now. I'm getting ready to drop some shit like probably early summer. Like, I'm already prepared. Like 3-4 drops ahead. Like I'm boom boom boom. I didn't had all this time to think really, and you know my mom passed, so like that's really what took me back to step away, and then I can come back and see like okay, damn, everybody making race car outfits. Y'all think that's cool? It is cool, time being, but long term that's just gonna wave out. I'm ahead of you like 10 steps. Like I'm in the next year shit already. I'm just waiting on the time to give me some time right now. Right? But to the point, we can all drop shirts the same week. I can outsell you because of the prices are more convenient, number one. Number two, I'm not gonna tax you because I'm looking at you like, man, I'm from the hood, you from the hood. Do I really think that you could spend $100 on my t-shirt? You probably could. But why would I charge you that? Like, right? I can hit you for about 50 a piece. I made 150, but you probably made 100 on that one, but I got 3 shirts in the street on this Saturday at Carol's. You see what I'm saying? Or let's just say Carol's not the popping spot right now. Where we at right now is 2025 Saturday. Where we gonna be at Dome? I got 3 shirts in Dome. You got that one. You see what I'm saying? So I beat you in the sense of what it makes sense. I'm not really worried about making money because I do this shit for fun. This shit is, I'm gonna make money. Come on, man. Site safety supervisor. High five right there, girl. Come on, I ain't worried about that.
They had said you was broke though on Instagram. That's what I had. I was just saying I had heard it on Instagram, and then it was on your page, and then I was like, oh, let's hit that.
Oh, you heard it? Why y'all didn't tell me?
Cause you was on there saying, I heard it on your page, but you was like, they had said I was broke.
Nigga, that ain't what happened. What happened was.
Oh.
Damn, see, she be wanting to bait me in the shit. She want to bait me in the shit. So allegedly, y'all know allegedly is my favorite word. Allegedly, I got a little quarrel with a person that may or may not be related to the same person I'm related to. Read between the lines, right? So because we're related to the same person, right? That person and their group feel like they can just say shit whenever they want to say, right? That person will have a motherfucking police warrant by the end of tonight because of certain situations that me and Miss Tina talked about behind the scenes. Anyways, that person in her group, what the boy Drake say?
Hold on, y'all. Everybody come in real quick.
Come in real quick.
Come in real quick.
Anyway, to the damn story, right? So, the boyfriend bought the party bus. We did that shit in 2009, but it wasn't really a boyfriend. It was really the mama. Anyway, that was beside the point. Anyway, right? They tried to recreate a moment that Terry did back in 2022, right? When the person we're related to come into the world. Okay, so I'm like, damn, how the fuck am I the broke one when I'm the nigga who sponsor all this shit? And what I mean by sponsor is it comes out of my paycheck before I even see it. Right. So I'm like, damn, how the fuck am I broke? I'm fucked up about it. Now Destiny want to say, I heard on Instagram. You heard on my Instagram when I was telling the story. Like, God
I be saying, sometimes I be saying stuff, but sometimes I be lying. I don't be lying.
Y'all know Destiny bait me into shit every episode. Like, oh Lord. What you gonna ask me next?
I'm not asking anything.
Who I'm fucking with this weekend? Want me to tell you yet?
All right. Well, I guess that ends our night. These 2 fools, they never know how to act. Every time I'm here with myself. But anyway, we'll see y'all on the next episode. Make sure you follow Big Ann on 84s. And I am Terry Lynn on Instagram. And it's D Coast.
And Rational Exchange.
Oh, and Rational Exchange Podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share so you can see all the shit we got going on.
I got one question before you go.
What?
Have you ever dealt business and pleasure, though?
Business and pleasure? You need to ask Aunt that because the mamas be walking in the barbershop looking good, right?
Not.
On a Saturday?
All right, next episode then. Let them get their answers together. See you next Thursday.